welcome to my YouTube channel. I am here with Lauren. We met a while ago.
Yes, we did.
Lauren is a model.
I'm a model.
She is a model. Literally, I was telling her, like, literally being next to you is just an experience.
Wait, should we show the
itself.
height difference?
Yeah. Stop! We should make a TikTok before you go. Literally, you have to bend down to get the camera.
Like, hi.
I'm literally standing up straight. Okay, so that's the height difference. So Lauren's a model, yes. And I'm a body positivity influencer. So we want to talk about the pros and cons in each industry because I feel like they're opposite industries.
They kind of are.
I guess they are.
Kinda.
But
I mean, like, the industry is definitely moving more towards, like, oh, we're super inclusive.
Right.
Like, all body types and stuff like that.
True. But in general,
Yeah.
just like I feel like body positivity is moving towards it's for everyone to love their body. No matter what size you are, you should love your body.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like they're both moving that way. Because to me,
Yeah.
but where they started, opposite ends of
Complete opposite.
the world.
Yeah, and then they're kind of like meeting in the middle
That's
a little
so
bit.
true. I
Yeah.
do feel like both of the industries are kind of like stepping on each other. Which I feel like is what we both believe in.
It's true.
Do you believe in that?
Listen, honestly, like, I would be canceled if I shared my, like, actual opinion.
Well, I'll share mine. I feel like it's the same.
I think it is the same. Well, basically, it's just like, I feel like we went from one end of the spectrum to the other, and like two very extremes. Like, yes, it's not healthy to be anorexic, but it's also really unhealthy to be overweight and, like, you know,
not working out and binging on
not
Taco
like
Bell.
taking care of yourself.
Right.
Like, those are both, you know, extremes. And I feel like instead of just going from one extreme to the other, it'd just be nice to find like a happy medium with like body positivity and things like that. Yeah, that's my opinion.
I feel like because we're coming from opposite spectrums, like I also feel like though that the modeling industry is toxic as fuck. Like they are starving themselves over there. A lot of them.
Yeah. I honestly have not met a model who hasn't struggled with an eating disorder in some way, shape, or form.
So it's like, I do feel like the middle is where it needs to be.
Yeah.
But
again, I feel like the fashion industry is missing that mark.
of the middle.
Do
Do you feel like they lean way more towards like curves now? Like too much where you feel like they...
Like, what about all the people in the center? You know?
Right.
Like, if you're not a 0 and you're not a 14,
Well, right.
like, I feel like the middle is where we need to see more of, you know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, for me, as a body positivity influencer, like, I feel like if I was a size 0, I would still be a body positivity influencer, not to maybe other people. Like, I can imagine, because, like, you guys know I'm in a weight loss journey because I'm healing my relationship with food, and I work out every fucking day. So, let's say tomorrow I have abs. I can imagine people being like, you're not body positivity, you're skinny. But, like, to me,
Yeah.
like, body positivity was never about my weight.
And you can be thin, and it's not about your weight. It's
Yeah.
about how you feel about yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, because I've been a stick figure and I have been depressed as fuck. I've been like up a few sizes, depressed as fuck. You know, so it's just like, where are you mentally? And like, that reflects in your self-love.
Right. So, okay, so, and then just so like with the body positivity, like the same way that all the girls have eating disorders, I feel like I've met plus size models and body positivity influencers who have binge eating disorders, which is a different
which
eating
is
disorder.
still an eating
Which is
disorder.
still an eating
though.
disorder.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, we're so against this now.
Yes.
That we're gonna go for that. Like, that
That's so
doesn't make
true.
any sense.
That's so true.
They're overcorrecting in the wrong way.
And I agree. I totally agree, because the problem is now, by the way, there are people who are overweight and maybe they are working out every single day. Like, people come on my shit all the time and they're like, go to the gym, take care of yourself. When you know, because I've struggled with binge eating, that even when I was overweight, like how, well, one, it wasn't mentally healthy because, like, you know how stressed I was. But two, it was like I was doing everything I could So I feel like there's a lot of girls who are, let's say, a size, just to go the extreme, like a size 40. I don't even know if that's a size, but who, maybe I should cut that, I don't know. But whatever, they're 500 pounds and they are working to eat healthy and take care of themselves, and they're doing good, right? No judgment to them. But what bothers me is how many plus size models there are who literally have binge eating disorders, but they don't tell anyone. It's so unfair. But then again, if you think about it, what model tells people I am anorexic?
Yeah, you don't really have to tell people.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is I feel like honestly, like the anorexic look is so normalized that you really don't know anymore. Like
if you look at an anorexic person and you look at a thin person, you can tell the difference, because one is like literally skin and bones and like you're losing muscle definition and all of that stuff, and the other is, you just don't have a lot of body fat. And it shows in your features, like you lose nutrients.
You're not sunken
and stuff.
in.
Yeah, you're like, nutrients come from food. So if you're anorexic and you're not eating, like it's gonna show. It's gonna reflect in your complexion. It's gonna reflect in your skin.
Like you are so model-esque and thin, but it doesn't look like you can't. Like I can tell you take.
Yeah.
Like you are healthy.
Totally, and I have like muscle definitely. Like I work out, and like I got a little junk in the trunk still. Like
it's back there. But but I think it's hard because you can't tell though. That's the thing is like. Someone could be anorexic and not look sunken in. Like, they could just binge every 5 days, Like, you just never know. And I feel like I just really hate that so many people don't share. Because, like, if you think about how many people, especially, like, some of the models...
you're not alone. And that's the thing is, like, when you don't share, like, people feel alone.
Right. Because also, like, I feel like never do you hear, or maybe it's just me, I feel like there's a lot of girls who struggle with binge eating who talk about it online, but also I'm in that world, but tell me what you think. But I feel like there's never anyone who's currently struggling with not eating who is like open about it.
I think, because especially when you're deep in your disease, you don't share about that. Like
I do.
Yeah.
But it's other
like
spectrum.
But
it's a whole different disease, of the mind.
Yeah.
Why do you think it is that
I feel like
one's like more of a control thing, so it can make sense that...
Yeah, because maybe it's like if someone knows that you're not eating, they can force you to eat. Right. But if someone knows you're overeating, what are they going to do?
That's true.
So maybe that's...
Right, true. It's almost like people will like push you need to eat more than pushing... You need to stop eating. Yeah. It's almost awkward to tell someone you need to stop eating. It's like
put the fork down.
Right, like no one's gonna say that, but people will say you need to eat.
Yeah.
So I can imagine when people are more quiet about it.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
I think that's like I feel like if I gave it more thought, I could
Right.
More. But I will say, like, there are like healthy ways to approach being thin for modeling. And
right, like I'm sure it helps some girls get into wellness.
It helped me get into wellness.
Right.
Like what really made me fall in love with modeling was the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and like seeing the girls work out and like eat healthy and just really take care of themselves. That's something that everyone should be doing regardless.
Right.
So to do that and get paid to do that is kind of, I think that's super positive.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, like I saw this TikTok once, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it was like, can we bring back the modeling where there was like all one certain type of and it was something pretty much saying like beauty is a standard to reach for. Like beauty is like been in culture forever. And it's hard because I don't think that it's healthy for girls to have so much pressure on them because not everyone is born ever, even just like with a pretty face. Like they can't control it unless they get... So then you're promoting all these surgeries. And so modeling...
that's why I do think like body positivity and like self-love is so important to teach. I just don't know if they're going about it the right way.
Totally. Because they're not... Because like I think like the biggest thing I got from it is like there's really two disorders on both sides of the spectrum. And they're going from like, okay, it's not just people like this who might be struggling with being anorexic, and they're moving all the way to like we might be dealing with someone who has a binge eating disorder. And what really blows my mind and confuses the fuck out of me, and I think it's because so many, the same way a lot of models don't share that they're struggling with not eating because that's their job, I think it's the same with a lot of body positivity and plus size models. Like, I think plus size models and really, really skinny models, they both don't share what their relationship with food is or working out if there's a problem. And so, like,
yeah, and it's like easier to talk about it after you're past it. Like, I'm happy to discuss my disordered eating from the past, but that's because I'm in a good place right now.
right.
You know? Like, when I'm in it, I don't want to, you know, it's just like the human condition to want to seem so put together.
Right.
You know, even when you're falling apart.
Totally.
And if you show some of that vulnerability, you realize that other people are also falling apart.
Right.
You know, but we're also concerned about appearances and like keeping up our, you know, we want to seem like we have it together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what like
especially in a world, where there's more pressure and like it's all like your world is literally that.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I'm struggling. I don't know anyone who like needs to have a perfect body.
True.
Like you guys have way more pressure.
No, like my career depends on my appearance. Like that is.
But same with plus size
stressful.
models. Like I remember a plus size model had told me she like almost she had lost weight. And literally, they were like, "You don't look big enough. You need to gain weight."
I have a friend who's like in the exact same position, and it's so.
Can you imagine
it's
not
just
being able to like you need to go eat a burger,
like it's just so
or like eat more than your body
I'm
needs,
saying.
right?
Like, so why isn't there that middle,
right?
You know, where you can be healthy? Yeah, no, yeah.
It should be okay. This is another thing that really confuses me, and the girls will probably get on my ass, or like they do. I don't get what people think the real boundary is for being overweight and being healthy. Because, like, to me, at a certain size, it's not PCOS. Like, I didn't even know what PCOS was. I still don't know what the fuck it is.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is, but that's what everyone says. They're like, I have PCOS, I can't lose weight. But, like, when someone's 300 pounds overweight, yes, they can be taking care of themselves, and yes, they could be on their journey. Like, they could be a year into their journey and be 300 pounds where they used to be 400. So you should never ever judge someone, and you don't know how much they tried to fix it. I'll never judge anyone. But I don't get when girls are like, being overweight doesn't mean you're not healthy. But are they on the journey to becoming healthy?
Yeah. Like where are you in the process?
Right. So like, because it's not healthy still. Like, even if you're 400 pounds, or even if you're 300 pounds but you used to be 400 pounds, like you're still not healthy. Like but like they're in the process of getting healthy, and I would say they are healthy, but like obviously like, they're also like not healthy. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't get when I try to post like it's not healthy to be overweight. It's like they'll all say like size doesn't mean health, but it's like it doesn't to a certain point.
Extent, yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you're like I don't know like what the size range is, because obviously some people are built bigger. Like I saw this girl today on like Line. And, like, she was definitely just, like, built bigger. But, like, she was thin, but she was, like, built bigger. But, like, I don't know. I guess it just confuses me. Like, what is the point where it's, like, you are, like, it's unhealthy to be overweight. Like, they're like, you can't
They have the BMI, like,
they get so mad about that.
They get so mad about the BMI. Dude, I actually have to call my Uber and get out of here.
Okay. Anyways, that's the update. Love y'all.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Share your thoughts. Nothing is personal.
Sorry if we offended you. Didn't mean to offend you.
Lauren has called.
It's a safe place.
Yeah, it's a safe place. And Lauren and I are both very open to other people's thoughts. We're obviously coming from two different industries, so share your thoughts. Lauren's calling her Uber. But yeah, we're open to your thoughts, and yeah, I think we're both open. For me, it's just confusing, and I don't get it.
And it's just such like a thin line we have to walk.
I know, it's like you're walking on eggshells. And my dad made this crazy point to me. He was like, isn't it crazy how, like, back in the day when our parents, they could holler at girls and it was normal, like, what's up, sexy? Yeah. Whereas now you can never do that, but now all the music is so sexualized. Like, look at that.
They just
no, it's now it's to the extreme. So it's like, but another thing is, people used to have fights at school all the time. Like, you would never know. Now there's never fights at schools.
It's all online, baby.
But there's gun violence. It's like everything's moving to the extreme, but like being shut down on the surface. And it's almost the same with body image. It's like back in the days, it was all models, but now it's like to the extreme where it's like you can be like 400 pounds in a model. Okay. Bye!